Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is the Vortex Key and welcome to Roadwarden. As you can see, this is the demo. This is because this game is not out yet. It is actually coming out fairly soon, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. But this is a charming little pixel art text-based adventure that has these beautiful illustrations on the side to guide you through. And we're gonna give the demo a go. I've already played it a little bit. It's very charming. I get a really good vibe from playing it. Maybe you guys will like it. So let's jump in. Everyone knows to stay away from the wilderness. Most people would never risk a lonely journey. Roadwardens not only accept this struggle, they embrace it. They deliver messages, assist merchants, burn human corpses, and if possible, get rid of the beasts and highwaymen. They live on the road, die young, or retire early. It's a dangerous job, but a respectable one, and it pays well. So here, you already have your very first choice of the game to pretty much help decide how you want to go forward, you know. You leave it with confidence, or you still have your doubts. We're gonna take a little bit of confidence. We know what we're getting into. The wall is still standing. There are no wolves around. No stench of blood. Good signs. This should be the place you're looking for. You're supposed to meet with a group of soldiers, but you hear no voices and no sounds of labor. The gate's ajar, welcoming so, but the camp doesn't look safe. It may keep away the goblins and pebblers, but not beast folk nor trolls. The night is near. You hear the exhausted breath of your palfrey. And alright, we're straight into the game. So this is what the game looks like. That music is a tiny bit on the loud side. So this is our little settings. Pretty quaint. One thing that this game does have an issue with, it may just be the demo, but I do not get very many frames. I don't know if you can tell when I move my cursor. It just sped up a little bit, now it dropped again, but I'm getting about 15 FPS. And it is lagging my entire computer. My recording software is actually lagging right now. That's just a little beware if you want to try out the demo, but it's just a demo. It's not the actual game. So let's keep going in. So we can pick our advance, how we want to check out the little gateway. Want to weigh up our options? Be better to just leave. Want to look around, dismount, and sneak to the gate. If anyone's there, I'm not afraid. You know what? I'm not afraid. That's our health. Take care of yourself. If you're hurt or exhausted, some actions won't be available to you. The weaker you are, the higher chance you'll die in combat. Your heavy boots touch the ground, you realize how tired you are after the entire day of riding. Tomorrow, your back and legs are gonna hurt. All you want now is an inn with a free table, a decent chair, and a nice mug of beer, and some warm stew. Perhaps another time. With any luck, your axe won't be needed here. I approach the gate, ready to walk in. If it's a military camp, it doesn't look the part. Much of the space is wasted, and there are barely any tents. No soul puts the firewood to use. Two people are sitting at a table, tired and disheartened. They're looking in different directions without paying attention to one another. One of them is holding a cup. Let's approach. You don't try to move quietly, yet it takes them a few breaths to even glance in your direction. The person closer to you raises his hand and gently waves. His hair and beard are messy. There are bags under his eyes. His shirt is simple and dirty, though his high boots look expensive, durable. A mace with a head covered in iron hangs at his side, but he doesn't reach for it. He smiles slightly. Take a look. Just like you, she's wearing a gambeson, in which her case wasn't tailored for a female figure, as if she took it off of a corpse. Her head is shaven, a common method of treating flesh-eating bugs. She looks at you with a gentle smile, though her absent eyes make her appear drained. They look like people left on duty far too long. You could believe that they are soldiers. We wanna see what's what, or we'll speak first. It's nice to see an unharmed traveler in this godforsaken shithole. Makes me just a tiny bit hopeful. The bearded man's voice is strong yet timid. You'll be staying the night with us, I guess. We're soldiers, he and I, adds the armored woman. Just a moment ago, she seemed half asleep, but now she sounds soothingly calm, tranquil. We'll do our best to keep the camp safe, but if you take the first watch, it'll be a huge help. Travelers ought to help each other, wouldn't you say? If they're not lying, these are the people you're looking for, though there should be more of them. An entire squad. Sure, leave first watch to me. Fantastic. She rubs her hands together. I don't remember the last time I had more than half a night of sleep. The hours before midnight should be the calmest. Just wake us up if anything happens. The man flashes you a wide smile. It's easy to wake us up. Just yell. He drinks from his mug. Try to find out where their lieutenant is. And now this is the dialogue system when it comes to things like questions and greetings. You get to pick how you come about, how you wish to phrase it, and it'll tell you how it's phrased. So yeah, whenever you meet new people, you can influence how they perceive you by selecting one of the attitudes. You can hide your emotions, go very neutral. You can hint at a threat, be kind of intimidating. I want to speak to someone who's not going to waste my time. Vulnerable, out a long journey. I need to have a word with your lieutenant. Playful, sure you're busy, so if you could just introduce me to your lieutenant. Or friendly. I was hoping to meet with your lieutenant. Can we talk for a bit? You know, we're going to be friendly. They seem rather tired. The woman sighs exaggeratedly. Stands up and dusts off her gambeson. She steps towards you, relaxed. We most definitely can, you and I. Though holding this rank is still somewhat new to me. There's a sword at her side, but she doesn't pay much attention to it. Are you the messenger? Did you lose your mount? She observes you with curiosity. Or are you looking for help? I'm your new Roadwarden. My horse is waiting outside. Really? The soldier in the shirt leans forward. That explains how you got here in one piece, all by yourself. But you had better bring your beast here, adds the lieutenant. We don't have any hay, but I bet it dreams of getting released from its saddle. She thinks for a couple of breaths. I'm Tulia, by the way. She reaches out her hand, a polite handshake. Maybe a trap. I'll shake her hand. Now we get to pick our name. I'm the Vortex Key. Nice to meet you. Lieutenant's hand is strong like a manual laborer's. Her grasp is confident, the shake is slight. Just keep your horse away from the tents. We don't need the smell of its dung. There's this one issue. The soldier in the shirt also rises to his feet. We don't have a tent to spare. If you don't carry one, you'll have to use a blanket or something. That's fine. I'm used to sleeping under the stars. You turn away and lead through the gate. Your mount nervously looks at you and snorts to show its discomfort. Even though you're used to spending time with Palisade, it's an impressively large creature. Not only higher than you, but also massive, wide, and as heavy as it is strong. You can get in the saddle with just a couple of quick movements, but most people wouldn't even know where to begin. From every side, it looks like an impregnable barrier of flesh. Horses are not a common sight in the Dragon Woods. They were brought here from the conquests in the south and can't survive in the forest by themselves. They can run for a long time, but not fast enough to escape all the local monsters. But it's a disciplined beast, trained by the experts since it was a foal. It can keep it together. It's my only companion here. I want to feel at ease, or I don't care how it feels, but I need it to be strong if I want to travel, and I can't afford another one. You know what? We're gonna be nice. I love animals, so we're gonna embody that. Also, I love the music. Just listen to that. The music in this game reminds me somewhat of a mix of the Metro games by, I believe it's 4A if I'm remembering correctly. I think Deep Silver is the publisher. And then also, at times it gets a bit Rimworld-ish, which, we are definitely going to do a Rimworld playthrough soon. I'm just getting my mods together. Once you show up, it takes a few steps towards you. It snorts again, rebukingly. It doesn't like to be left behind, even for such a short time. You scratch the bottom of its neck with strength and confidence, just the way it likes. People avoid referring to their pal phrase and pets as either he, she, or they. Animals are seen as monsters in disguise. Getting emotionally attached to them is believed to lead humans to their doom. But you know that horses are different. They want companionship. They want to be taken care of. Sure, it's difficult to tame them, but at least they aren't as aggressive as wolves. You honestly don't understand how someone can reject the friendship of such beautiful creatures. Speak to it gently and lead it into camp. You end up next to the campfire. Removing the saddle alone makes the horse nicker with relief. You take a couple of minutes to examine its back, just in case. While riding equipment is not that heavy for such a strong animal, with enough time, it starts to shave. You wish it had something better to eat than this shabby grass. You should look for an inn. I need to unpack my belongings, check if everything's safe. Now we get to pick our class. You haven't packed that many things fewer than you wished for, and you lost one of the sacks while fleeing Crimson Corpse Eaters. Worst of all, you still have no rope, but maybe the soldiers could share one. Shouldn't cost more than a dragon bone. Aside from the travel equipment, you own a few valuable possessions, ones that are essential for your trade. So, we can either pick a fighter who gets, decent combat equipment, better armor, a better axe, and a crossbow with quarrels. Not sure what a quarrel is. Haven't heard that word used in this context. I'm going to assume it's some kind of ammo. A mage, talisman to use powers, iron axe, and a worn gambeson. Or a scholar, writing instruments, alchemical ingredients, and then iron axe and worn gambeson. If you guys play it for yourself, this will explain all the stuff to you. However, I already know, and this is a lot of text to read. So instead, we will just pick the mage. Inventory is here. This is our armor, 2 out of 4. Stop the lighter attacks, but not for long. Taking hits damages armor, you can then fix it. You unpack and inspect your belongings. Your water skin isn't pierced. The spare clothes are still here, just in case. You take a look at your wooden bowl and a mug. Your cape, tinderbox, bandages, food rations, a knife, nothing special or too cumbersome. From time to time, your routine helps you avoid mistakes, but this doesn't make it any more exciting. I return to the soldiers. They're at the table again, observing you and quietly talking to each other. Without trying to hide it. Your stomach growls as you see one of them eating. A bowl has been put at the unused end of the table, as well as a log that you can sit on. I joined them, thank for the meal, but I don't want to eat. Ignore the meal. We'll take some and eat. Nourishment 2 out of 4. Keeping your stomach full will make you stronger. Starvation won't allow you to restore vitality while resting. It's a cold gruel, a common meal during times of hardship. You've eaten it more times than you can count. This bowl is filled with water, hog millet, some strange looking cereal, and blueberries. You enjoy the blueberries and only them. Meal of the poor. But you know better than that. To welcome you with something to eat, even with a humble dish like this, is a kind gesture. Soldiers live for and with their companions, constantly on the move from one part of the realm to another, making sacrifices to protect their group as they face dozens of hideous creatures. Their lives are filled with discipline, hardship, and camaraderie. Camaraderie. Roadwardens, on the other hand, learn how to work by themselves. They seldom engage in open combat, patrolling the same roads for years. They help the settlements stay in touch, but also maintain commerce, settle down, forge friendships. They usually follow their own judgment. Different responsibilities, different lifestyles. I eat quickly. After that, speak with Tulia. Whoop. Skip that a little bit. I believe go archive. We can see what we were talking about. So there we go. Eat quickly. We gain nourishment. Focus carefully chooses her words. Afraid I can tell you less than I would like to and less than I should. She nods towards the other soldier. As you can see, there's not a lot of us left. At the beginning of summer, there were 8. Including our previous lieutenant. 5 are dead, 1 has run away. We're also strangers. So we reply, any piece of info will help. And that's where we get back. The man leans forward, his legs nervously shake. He sounds enthusiastic, like a kid who's asking a bard to sing one more story. Tell a joke or do a magic trick. Whatever it takes to escape boredom. You realize this untrimmed beard hides a much younger face than you had originally thought. What did the officials tell you when they sent you here? I expect not much. No soul governs these lands. You can share what I consider to be relevant, or keep secretive. We'll share. Polovon, that is the city that we come from, or that we were sent from. I believe. This area is untamed and unknown. A village of bandits or monsters may be found in these hills and forests. There are no maps that could help you, and you found the last military squad that was sent there. From time to time, new people come here looking for boundless opportunities. Most never return. Do they turn to walking corpses or find what they're looking for? No soul could tell me, so I was looking for your guidance. The lieutenant drinks her cups and crosses her legs, ankle on knee. Seeing her chair makes you doubt she'll be able to find a comfortable position. So go ahead, where should we start? What should I know about the peninsula? What happened to a previous Roadwarden? Lost my rope. Squad. All these are different dialogue options that, of course, we can choose. Of course, we're gonna hit a little quick save. And obviously, it says here, it gives us a little what we should ask about, what we should, keep in mind to keep us on track. So, let's get our rope. I lost my rope. Can you spare one? During some conversations, you can start trading. Yep. You're in luck. She heads towards one of the crates and moves aside a large linen sack and grabs a rope. So, brings it over, and now we can go into a trade system. We can either take it, or take it and offer some of our 2 rations in return. That's our money. We're going to be nice. She leans forward and rests her arms on her thighs, looking down with clasped hands, then meet your eyes. That rhymed. Nice. I normally refuse, but we need some decent food. Every day I'm searching through our groats, looking for worms and putridity. We forage, but it's not a decent spot for that. I'm grateful for your offer. Having some food rations will make a foggy day not so tiresome. For now, you leave the rope on the table. You already know where it's gonna go in your saddle. So, need to know what happened to The guy who previously had our job. Julia frowns. Aren't you a bit late for a rescue mission? We haven't heard from him for almost half a year. They speak to themselves, confirming that they met several times, only willing to speak with the previous lieutenant. I don't remember his voice. He wasn't looking for friendships. Always busy, drowning in things to take care of. He would sit somewhere, sharpen his sword, fix the mail, clean clothes, write notes on this wax tablet of his. Yep, and leave at dawn. Unlike us, Asterian never gets bored. Secretive man when he needs to be, but some of the locals speak about him warmly. Guess he just doesn't like us. Sounds like you're not sure if he's dead or not. If anyone knows, they won't tell us. Maybe someone keeps him in a basement. Guy's alive. We haven't seen him or his lizard. No idea where he could have gone. Something already ate him, most likely. I mean, the officials already hired you, right? They don't expect him to return. Richer Roadwardens often use four-legged meat-eating saurians as their mounts. They have to be tamed and trained since hatching, but unlike horses, can easily defend themselves from many monsters. On the other hand, they enjoy attacking nearby targets a bit too much. At least your Palisade is fast and reliable and won't suddenly sink its teeth into an innocent passerby. You know what he was looking for. Maybe he left you a message? Neither of us had any insight. Predecessor likely knew more. We looked through his things, but he didn't leave any clues. We also took a look at what Asteron left here. Wait. He raises her open palm. Almost forgot. He has kids in a village near Pavlovon. I was planning to take all of his things here. Purse, backup spear, decent bows and potions, quite a treasure. But I would much prefer to bring them the truth about their father. Find out what happened to him in exchange for his stuff. Here's the catch. We fired a messenger. Hasn't returned. Sure, ran away or something happened. Doesn't matter now, we are meant to stay here until fall, though I don't think we'll manage. Instead, we'll head home after 20 days. One day after that, at dawn, we're leaving the camp and moving to the city with everything we have. What do you think? Can you manage? As you ponder, you think about your real mission. You're planning to return to Havavon in early fall anyways. He's alive. I don't think he's going to be happy when I take away all of his possessions. True, but he's considered dead. Find him and share your reward with him. But there's a good chance you'll save his life, or maybe you'll find his shell lying on the roadside. Journal. Yeah, male. Used mostly a spear. Quite a short guy, maybe 5 feet. Long red beard, short hair, also red. Pale face, rarely smiles. Bring him here, or just find out what happened to him. If he's there or left the peninsula, let me know. Just do it before the 20 days are up. Any more questions? We also have a bunch more that we can ask. Might as well ask them all. Maybe another time. This is just a showcase for the demo. If you guys would like to see more, let me know. So we got asked about the peninsula. 3-4 days. We'll take you to the coast as long as it doesn't make any stops. You know the situation. No ship can get there. Yep. Rocks. Bunch of rocks. Don't know much about fishing, but there's not that many people living by the shore, and they don't care about staying in touch with the city for whatever reason. No soul comes from the north ever. No soul from the north ever came to the camp. When we traveled to a roadside inn to clean spear, they were happy to trade and play dice. Here, guard the road. The camp is our post, and well, don't take it the wrong way. Are you a devout soul? So here we get to choose another little part about our character. What do we believe in? We'll say we're like most city folks. So are we. In this land, it won't bring you much good. At least we can discuss the topic freely. Some sort of tension has eased. Get into it. People here are disquieting. They're Traditions won't help them negotiate with safe folk. Here's an example. The peninsula is connected with roads. The roads are like a circle. If you get to its northwestern part, you'll find a weird village at a bog. Not exactly pagan, I don't think so. It even has a priest who claims to be an eremite from a fellowship. They do crazy shit. They use the dead to cut down trees and dig in soil. Once I saw it, I begged the lieutenant to never return there. I see. You've heard such tales of this when you were a child. An isolated settlement manages to survive without a city's influence. Its customs and traditions grow more and more alien. Every generation learns how to adapt to the dangerous conditions, and the rustic pagan traditions muddy their river of faith. The church and the orders often warn their members about the crazy druids, necromancers, and blood mages who are supposedly going to bring doom upon any village that won't banish them. But you've always hoped that these rumors are a bit exaggerated. The soldiers are right, this is the real deal. It may be dangerous. Yeah, that's all we need to know. I know everything I need. Yeah, I'm sure. May do better than Asteron did. Stay vigilant. Thank you for your help. Yep, so stay tidy. Fair chance to influence others. So basically, he points us. So this is a little piece that the beautiful little illustrations on the side actually come into. So he actually talks about here, just a moment, talks about the watchtower. But if you look over here, you don't really see a watchtower. Well, if we go to the next one, he goes, oh, here, and points at the big pile of crates. Just climb onto the tallest one. You'll have a great view. Thanks. The sound change, so nice. Put your blanket on the tallest. From time to time, your back hurts, but it's not that bad. You may be tired. You do your best to stay awake. The night is warm. The sporadic summer breeze brings nothing but gentle refreshment. Since there are not that many trees around, the light of the stars and moons show you, or allows you to follow major movement and recognize various shapes, including a great stack of wood near the gate. Is this. During your watch, you see creatures of many shapes and sizes, like the three-horned deers trying to challenge one another. Before they clash their antlers, the two-legged feathered lizard appears, leading its much smaller offspring. The furry beasts try to intimidate the predators with roars and aggressive head movements. After a few moments, both sides slowly walk away, not willing to risk the fight, nor admit their defeat. You hear the death screams of distant prey and the mating calls of monkeys. Runners are chasing a gray hare. A group of muskoxen lazily chew the grass, preparing themselves to sleep. A dust foss is running together with the lynx, acting rather playful. You know to yourself that apparently such companionship is a possibility, though you don't think it's a crucial piece of info. However, you never have to intervene. You just sit there, watching the not-so-distant force, trying to outlast your sleepiness. Yikes. You can only guess how much time has passed once you feel you've had enough. You climb down, go to the tent, waking up the man with just a couple of words, confirming that nothing important has happened. Gather my things, squeeze into the tent, use my bag as a pillow. Not the stuff of dreams, but it's a welcome rest. I focus on the real goal of my journey. So, the Havlavian officials want to take control of this realm. You're meant not only to protect the travelers, but even more importantly, to explore the peninsula, find valuable spots, to organize a new trade route, and figure out if there are any precious resources. You talk to the locals, get to know them, maybe even convince them to collaborate. Could they resist the arrival of soldiers? Are they going to oppose the laws? Are there any activities that need to be eradicated? Well, I have 30 days. After finishing reconnaissance, you should return, report back to your employers, and get your reward. In the meantime, you have your own goal to pursue. And here's another little piece that you can pick for yourself. So we can do everything to just, I just want money, to I want to be a hero, to I just want to live a new life. Or, yikes. Or I just want to make the region safer. We're gonna pick a hero just because. Can't travel during night, press rest to sleep. Those noises are crazy. Well, all I can do now is rest. So, nourishment will go down, appearance will go down. We won't gain any health, but we will gain 2 of our Pneuma, I believe it's called. Yeah, Pneuma. And that's what we use for magic. Sleep. Take a look at your amulets. For most people, they would be nothing more than trash. But you wouldn't sell them for a purse of dragon bones. Use them to shape Pneuma to your will. With these little mementos, a few spells you're familiar with are far more reliable. Who knows? Maybe there's already some power held in them. Look at the old, though clean bandages that remember dozens of herbal balms and wounds. You can put them on your hurting muscles, bruises, and scratches, and hum an old song about time, which either heals all wounds or kills us too soon to let us bother with our problems. After a few hours or so, the linen will warm up, confirming it did its job. Temp may not be much, but your spell will make you feel as good as new, though you lose some of your energy. So we can either gain back the 1 bit of health or all of our Pneuma. I'd rather fill up our Pneuma, just in case. Woken by sunlight, well rested and ready. Without haste, you gather your things. Only a couple of breaths after you notice a weird smell, like a roast. No, burning meat. Burning, rotten meat. Both soldiers are standing near the humble pyre. The man looks at you contemplatively. Julia is the first one to turn towards you. The vortex cave, she greets you. Used up the horse's manure for the flame, so don't worry about cleaning it up. See a corpse among. It's difficult to tell if it belongs to a male or a female, but it was an adult. Traveler or undead? Latter, so undead. A young one. She lacked the pneuma to understand that she won't get inside the camp without climbing. I stabbed her with a spear from a safe distance. One more fog and she'd be a real threat. Even now, it took a couple of hits to knock her down. Julia calls this undead a she. Interesting. Most unites hesitate to do so. Time for me to go. Running away from the reek, huh? I don't blame you. Remember, if you manage to find out what happened to Asteron, we're here for 19 more days. You're welcome to come back if you find no place to sleep or if we can help you somehow. Shake hands. Firm his grip and confident. It's nice to meet you. Good luck on the road. This word makes you stop. An old farewell now infamously mocked in a number of songs and tales. Seldom used without scorn, yet you detect no hint of sarcasm in Julia's voice. Wonder how many acts of kindness like this you're going to experience in the days to follow. Prepare myself for the journey. Gather your stuff. And we get to travel. And this is how travel works. Welcome to the map. Like it said before, we don't have a map of the place, so we will have to manually map it out. So we can either travel south in the adventure, or we can travel north and continue on the journey. We'll travel north, and then we'll call this little look around over. Still early in the morning, but even at a later hour, you wouldn't expect to meet any travelers in the valley. Warm summer breeze lures your mount forward, and it's happy to trot. Rarely pay attention to the noise of birds during daytime, but right now, even their singing strengthens the guise of serenity. After a couple of minutes, you hear an annoying screeching ahead of you, with hints of gurgling. It's high-pitched, spasmodic, clearly coming from multiple throats. You recognize the sound, and after getting a bit closer, your eyes confirm your suspicions. A group of four-legged griffins. They're larger than a fox and merge features of birds and furred beasts. Each one of them has a different size, coat, color, and their temperaments are just as varied. Their fronts are covered with vivid feathers, while their rears have darker fur. Their wings are massive, making them impressive jumpers, but they're too heavy to fly. Observed them for a while. So, here it tells us about Numa. Numa is what we can do to cast a spell. And this icon, the little dice, involves random chance. So, we're going to go ahead and use Numa, do a little missile of light. Grab a little pendant of leather and a dim pearl. The Numa leaves your shell, forming into a white ball that you can barely comprehend. When it falls next to the griffins for a couple of blinks, it emits dazzling light. The animals squeak and snarl, quickly fleeing. The road is now clear. Road splits. According to what the soldiers have told you, you may find a safe inn by turning left. The forest to the right is lush, and the trail overgrown. Kids used to have this song. How'd it go? The harshest pathways lead to the dragon's lair. Those who search for treasure. Do you truly dare? The signpost in front of you doesn't make your situation much clearer. It's put here by someone who can't write, for folks who can't read. Covered in old red paint, it points east. Blood there, as people say. Danger to be found. There's not a soul to ask for guidance. Now we get to pick the name of our horse. So, obviously, we have to go with just some, like, stupid name. So, Mr. Muffins. Mr. Muffins is peaceful as he strokes its mane. Maybe I can't help you choose a path, but you spent many years together. Cheerfully nickers as you and takes a couple of steps, as if it's more than happy to continue, as long as you don't try to charge a troll. I go back to travel, and now we get to make a decision. Do we go towards where they said a some safe place would be, or do we go towards the danger? Go this way. Mr. Muffins trots with ease, unbothered by the few branches covering the beaten road. The bird songs and distant howls draw your attention to the forest, which slowly gets sparser and brighter. You spot boars, road deer, and saurians. The sight of a nearby wolf pack worries you, but once you push your hips forward and your palfrey enters a canter, the beasts don't even begin a pursuit. Speed alone will protect you from many dangers. You notice a stone tower, taller than the trees. This must be the inn I've heard about. In here, just coming to the inn, this is where we we'll take a break. Thank you for joining me into this little look at this very charming little game. We just scratched the surface. I haven't gotten much farther into it, but I can't wait to play more of it and to maybe show you guys more if you want to see it, or do more little insight looks like this on other games. If you have any recommendations or any games that you think that I would have a good beginning impression of, play about an hour of them, then please let me know. Anyways, I've been the Vortex Key, you have been you, and thanks for watching.